So I'm visiting the grave of Mrs. Natalie Petrick, who on the evening of July 18th, 1953, while she was visiting this very cemetery, she was visiting the grave of a family member, was abducted, strangled to death in a railroad train scale building, which I'm going to take you to here in a bit. It's still there. It's probably over 120 years old, but it's amazing that it's still standing, and it won't be for much longer. But Miss Natalie Petrick was 31-year-old, mother of two. She had won numerous beauty pageants when she was younger. She was a very beautiful woman, and she was abducted by a crazy, vile man while she was visiting a grave. And her grave is up here. I will take you to that grave that she was visiting also, where she was abducted and she was murdered in the train scale building. And here is her grave. (1922 to 1953). A lot of these crime scene locations aren't around that are this old, you know, 71, I believe 71 years ago. But it is still here. I don't think I've ever heard of a murder at a cemetery like this. This is probably one of the most unique cases I've ever heard of. Who would ever thought that on your way to visiting a deceased family member that you would be in that very cemetery within a few days. So let's head over to the grave that she was visiting, and then we'll head over to the crime scene location where she was murdered, strangled to death. So I'm at the spot of where she was abducted at. As you can see, just a very normal, plain looking cemetery. Probably a lot greener in August of that year. It is April here now, so it's a lot greener, but a lot is probably the same. This is probably a dirt road right here, but she was abducted right here, I believe visiting her mother. Delina Bordeaux, I believe that was her name from the family plot right here. She had her car parked here. Was probably putting some flowers on the grave. And a man came out of this direction here and did a horrific crime. Let's head over here and see. Not a lot to it here, but let's head over to the murder site and crime scene and see what that's like. So here's the scale station that she was murdered in. As you can see, it's not too far from the cemetery. Probably from where she was visiting at, it was a quarter-mile away, so not too far. And back then it was probably all wooded area right here. Looks like they still use these train tracks, at least this side here. The other side is pretty rotted away, and I got to be careful because that's underneath those tracks over there is it's all dug out underneath with gears and all that for the trains, and the wood's all rotted away. So let's go check out and see what it looks like inside. So here's the part I was telling you about that's pretty rotted away. I'm gonna stay away from that area. Then here's the drop, how it I get kind of an eerie feeling going to this place, knowing what happened, but here's what it looks like inside. Her body was found over here. Those old dates. Such a tragic ending 70 years ago. Still has some weights on it. I don't know if you can see in there, but there's more dates over there. But it's not going to be here much longer. Yeah, this side hasn't been used in probably 50 years. They don't look like, the way of the rotting and all that. But it's locked. That's a cool old lock here. Good thing to document something like this, that won't be long and this thing will be completely gone. Rest in peace, Natalie. Let me see if I can get through here. That would not be a fun fall. It's pretty safe over this way. We will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe. Let others know about the video. But if not, that's okay too. But the main thing is you watched it. We will see you on the next video.